So that's why I wanted to know if you were able to, in certain circumstances, negotiate or put a proposed plan forward. That would obviously help the clients.
Yeah, absolutely, and it can be really scary. So we deal with these officers all day, every day, but when a client isn't used to a government authority ringing them, and sometimes it can be quite aggressive about what they must pay, and then the consequences of not paying them, for individual clients hearing these things about either being made bankrupt or losing your house or the company going into liquidation, we're seeing people agreeing to things that just to get them off the phone because they're scared.
Olga, when you're saying that, in terms of payment plans you've been doing where people have not had to make the upfront payments, similar to payment plans that if you're doing as accountants, it might be like a 12 or 24 month at the absolute maximum. Do you have varied terms that you're able to work within longer periods, or?
Yeah, so we're still seeing almost 3 years of payment plans, and again, it's not cookie cutter. So we wouldn't get a debt and just divide it by 12 months or divide it by 24. But again, there's submissions on how we're putting the payment plans. So yeah, we're still seeing longer plans. They're not easy. It's not a 5-minute phone call. But yes, we're still able to get them that fit a client's cash flow, fit where they're at. The only, I suppose, carve out for that would be if it's shocking compliance. So if they haven't lodged on time, their debt's been increasing over a significant period of time, and the ATO sees them going backwards, that's what makes it much, much harder. We're still able to get them into plans. Again, ones that fall over are ones that we've got into, say, 3 plans. We've had some clients where we keep getting them into a plan. Every time a BAS comes up or every time a payment comes up, they default. By the time you've got to about 3 or 4, at that point, the ATO have lost patience.
And you do plans as well with balloon payments? For
The ATO don't like balloon payments anymore. You used to, even 2 months ago, we'd be able to get payments with plans that included balloon payments. The ATO are very, very against balloon payments at the moment. The only way that you might even, it's not really a balloon payment, but if it's a review arrangement of what we were talking about, so if a client is looking at getting finance, it's not contingent on a balloon payment, but it's a review or a short-term arrangement that includes the factors of that they're going to get finance.
And see, for me, when you get to my space, we're not getting 3 years. We're got to pay the whole thing in 6 months, 12 months once you're in legal proceedings. Yeah. So it just shows the differentiation where the client's at, basically.
And small business restructuring plan is capped at 3 years. You can't go beyond that. So if anyone wants to go beyond that, because you can negotiate beyond that, it needs to go through a voluntary administration into a deed, and a deed can be effectively any time frame you want. But the ATO are getting very good at requesting and analysing cash flows going forward. So all the small business restructuring plans that we put forward, if they're coming from future cash flows of the company, we have to cash flow that out over the next 2-3 years so we can prove to the ATO that that's viable and that's going to work.
Our plans need to include ongoing viability as well. So without demonstrating ongoing viability of a company, you won't get a long-term plan.